welcome to FYC The Show. Here's Vinny Bronco. We sitting here with
Repercussion
and Rogue Squad.
And we're here to talk today about a couple of games that we've been interested in. We're going to talk about first the new Avengers game that's coming out by Square Enix. What were your thoughts about it?
I actually liked the trailer. Still a little skeptical on how the game's going to play out. Hopefully, it'll live to expectations. Can't wait to see how it turns out.
That's what's up.
Same.
What about you?
Same.
Pretty much the same?
Yeah, love the graphics too of it so far.
Yeah, I mean, it has potential, so, I'm looking forward to that too. Do you have a favorite character by chance?
I actually do. Sadly, he's not in the game.
Oh, who's that?
Hawkeye.
Good character, good choice.
So he's always been one of my favorites. I was excited for the game. Too bad he wasn't showing up. Hopefully he's a DLC character.
Hopefully, yeah.
I'll be happy with that. But what about you?
Me? I guess I would have to say Captain America. He won me over in the movies. Winter Soldier is still one of my number ones out of all the MCU movies.
Yeah.
What about you?
Black Widow. Love her.
Black Widow?
Yep.
Word?
Yep.
Now, do you love Black
her.
Widow, or is it just because Scarlett Johansson played her?
Both.
Okay. At least he's honest. He's honest.
Yeah, I don't even call her Scarlett Johansson no more. She's Black Widow.
No, I know that, but
if I see her in something else, she could be whatever she want to be. But when I see her in the MCU, she is Black Widow.
Definitely.
Too bad she died though.
Yeah.
So, speaking about the game, upon all of it, what are your expectations? What do you look forward in that game coming out?
I'm hoping that they have a good story, because I'm definitely interested in the story. And Square Enix has put out a couple of games with really good stories. That's one of the things that I loved about the company.
How do you feel about, starting off the game, Cap not being there?
I feel like he should be there because, it's Captain America. But him not being there is not going to be that big of a deal. I'll make it work.
True, because with the trailers that came out, what they showed us was Cap is gone. Cap's supposedly dead. We saw Bruce Banner talking to Tony Stark about it.
True.
So that's why, you being a big Cap fan, decided how you felt with him not being there at the start.
I don't know. I feel like he should be there, but the fact that he's not there might be part of the story, and that's what they're gonna unlock while we're playing it. And I feel like it has a lot of potential to turn out to be good. Any thoughts? Anything to say?
No, I'm just hoping that the play style is good.
Same here.
Combat and all that. So
Definitely. I don't see that game playing similar to the Ultimate Alliance games. I hope not.
Yeah.
With the way the camera angle is.
I don't think it will, but you never know.
True.
I mean, Spider-Man has set the bar a little high on the Marvel games.
True. But you saying Spider-Man though, how do you feel about the two games actually tying in?
Yeah, you're talking about the picture at the Avengers Tower. I know.
Yeah.
Did you experience that?
yeah, I see it.
Can't wait. I mean, with him saying they're on the West Coast,
And
hopefully
the game taking place on the West Coast. Makes
hopefully,
sense.
we got a little MCU universe
in the games.
That'll be awesome.
Maybe. If they do definitely tie together, I'll be.
Oh, it'll be great because you get to see Spider-Man come up in the next.
Especially
Avengers
if he
game.
becomes a DLC.
Oh man, I can see a lot of people right now. Spider-Man.
Yep.
You know who I would like to see as a DLC as well, even though he's a somewhat villain, Loki. I would like to see Loki.
I like what they did with Loki in the movies. I liked him as a character. I was upset that he died. I'm glad that he's back to his mischievous ways.
No, definitely. Tom Hiddleston, he
did his thing.
He did a great,
He definitely did his thing.
It was one that I liked it a lot. I liked it a lot. The way he acted as him, he portrayed him in the armor and everything was to the T from the comics.
I always liked Loki as a character, period. Good guy, bad guy, doesn't really matter. Loki's not really a bad guy. He's just Loki. Yeah, he does what he wants, when he wants, to whoever he wants to do it.
Yeah.
But moving forward, what do you think about the Final Fantasy VII Remake?
That one I'm looking forward to, but not because of the same reason everybody else is. Now, originally I wasn't looking forward to it because I'm not a huge Final Fantasy VII fan. I love Final Fantasy as a series, but 7 wasn't one of my favorites. I felt like it was a little overrated because everybody loved it so much. It did change the game in RPGs, though.
Yeah, definitely. Final Fantasy VII, for me, was one of the first big RPG games that I actually got into and finished it the whole way. After that, when I was just one RPG after another,
Yeah.
I was just.
I'm not going to say that I didn't play it a lot. I definitely logged in over 100 hours into that game.
Wow.
Yeah, I maxed out the time 9.
Dedicated.
Yeah.
So I guess that's why you got the whole Vincent, not Vincent Barrett look. That was your main character.
Actually, my main character was Vincent because Vinny Vincent, obvious connection there.
Okay.
Plus, he looked like a vampire. He looked like a badass. Disappointed with what they did with Dirge of Cerberus, but at the same time, I still love the character. How about you? Have you played Final Fantasy VII?
Nah, I haven't played it. The only Final Fantasy I played it was I think it was 16. But the thing that 15,
Which
yeah.
was the last one.
Yeah, but yes, as you can see. But the thing that threw me off, basically, what I didn't like about it was like you spend most of the time in a car, basically, and it sucked. And that threw me off, basically.
You did spend a lot of time in that car.
In that car.
Definitely did.
And then when you finally get a chocobo, it's like, okay, same exact thing, basically.
Speaking of chocobos, I heard that you've gotten a gold chocobo.
On Final Fantasy VII, yes, I had the gold chocobo. Yes.
Are you looking forward to?
That was probably why I had max hours on that game just to get a chocobo.
Are you looking forward to seeing that back?
Oh God, I'm
Gold
not looking
Chocobo
forward to
HD?
this quest.
Wow.
But yes, I'm definitely looking forward to getting another gold chocobo. I will be getting one, and it will be posted on our IG page
Okay.
at FYC, the show.
Nice. What are aspects? How do you feel about it possibly being 2 Blu-ray discs?
I mean, they did say they're going to release it in episodes. I don't know about the first episode being 2 discs. I'm assuming that that's what they mean about the whole story, maybe.
Yeah, but I heard that they're not thinking about releasing it.
They changed it
Yeah,
from
it's
episodes?
it's gonna be the full game, 2 discs. First disc is actually supposed to focus on nothing but Midgar.
Yeah, that's
So-
what the first episode was supposed to be, just Midgar.
Yeah.
But they did get some bad publicity about them releasing it in episodes, so that's probably why they changed their mind.
I mean, that's probably for the best, because I know they're.
I mean, Hitman was a good series, but then when they came out with the one in episodes, it didn't really do as well as the ones that they sold regular.
Yeah, it was. I didn't pick them up right away. I didn't pick them up in episodes. I waited. They came out a hard copy and one bundle. That's when I got it.
Yeah.
So I really wanted to play 7 with them saying that they were gonna originally put it out in episodes. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna wait. Let all of the games come out. Let all the episodes come out. I'll pick them up like that.
Nah, I would have still played them as they came out.
I would have been. I would have been anxious. I would have been hyped, but I would have been like,
You would have bought it.
probably.
You'd
And
have
then
saw me playing it. You would have definitely bought it.
I probably would have did
Are
that.
you thinking
and-
about getting 7 at all? The
No.
remake? Not even a
No.
little bit?
No.
Have you
Not
seen
even
these
with the way it
trailers?
looks?
Nah, I'm sorry.
You gotta
Nah.
watch these trailers,
man.
man.
Nah,
The
bro.
trailers look awesome.
Got it. Yeah, you got to, man. It
They
doesn't
really
play
do.
like the classic turn-based.
It
Okay.
definitely doesn't. It doesn't even. You ain't got to worry about being in a car all day. 'Cause
Yeah,
there's
no
no
car.
car. You're
No
in a
cars.
City.
Yeah, I understand, but
You're in a
No
small
cars.
city. It might be on the train, but I don't think you're gonna be in a
But
car.
even on the train, you're still gonna be fighting. No
Yeah.
cars. All right.
all right,
So
but
Check
give
out
it a
the
shot. Yeah,
trailers.
check out the trailer.
telling
find
you,
out.
it looks really good today. Like, it looks like they're doing their thing with that one. I was really surprised because, again, at first I wasn't really too hype about it. Saw the trailer. Now I'm a little bit excited. They haven't shown my favorite character yet, but the way the other characters are looking, he's going to look awesome.
Speaking of looking characters, a lot of people were upset about Tifa. What are your aspects on how she looks?
My thoughts on how she looks now compared to how she looked then. Back then she was more sexualized. You know, they gave her the blah, blah, blah. But now censorship is a little higher. Times are different. So putting it like that wouldn't be a good idea in this day and age. I'm not upset with what they did because they had to. They didn't have a choice. If they would have released it with the old style, I'm pretty sure they would have got negative feedback from that as well.
Oh, definitely, definitely. I want to know if they're actually gonna put concept art from the original game, where they got the walk around with them with the little Popeye arms. Right? Even as costumes. That'll
I
be
would
funny.
love to play the game with a filter where you can put Cloud to look like the original Cloud, but the background still look awesome. I would love that. Yeah, I would love
new
to see
costumes or new
that.
outfits.
Just 'cause.
That'll be
What do you
one
think?
to see.
You saw the original characters, right?
Yeah, I've seen them.
Remember the little box hands, no mouth, just eyes, no nose, no.
No nothing, just eyes. Hair if you had a hair. That'll be dope. I would love to see that run around like that.
Yeah.
That'll be funny.
Now I will talk about one of the things that I didn't like about Final Fantasy VII. I felt like Sephiroth got too much. Everybody thought he was the best villain in Final Fantasy history. I disagree because I feel like he was just a crybaby with really, really incredible powers. Because all he did all day was cry about his mother, not knowing who she was, and all this other stuff, and that's why he went crazy and did what he did, because he had mother issues. I feel like Final Fantasy VI, the villain in that one is still the best Final Fantasy villain of all time, because not only did he destroy the world like he wanted to, he betrayed the Emperor, made him do his bidding, killed him, destroyed the world, built a tower, sat in the tower and said, "Come see me if you dare." That's a villain.
Damn.
Yeah, exactly. He built a tower, and there was levels to the tower. As you get up, you got to fight harder and harder monsters until you get to him, and then you fight him. He's the only villain to just destroy the world and be like, "What are you gonna do about it?" I respect him as a villain way more than Sephiroth, but the time difference between 6 and 7 is incredible. What 6 looked like compared to what 7 looks like. And I feel like that's why 7 got so much publicity, because it came out for the PlayStation when nobody really knew about it, but everybody was hyped for the PlayStation, so they bought Final Fantasy 7 because it was one of the best games at the time.
As well, it was probably the milestone for the U.S. and America itself with all the RPGs.
Yeah, it definitely changed the game in
RPGs. It changed
RPGs
it for a lot of people.
It showed that you could play an RPG and it can look graphically superior to other games. Now, it doesn't look graphically superior to anything nowadays, but it did when it was made.
With the remake coming out, that'll be a milestone set in Final Fantasy series itself on where they can go.
Yeah, I think that's why this one gets such a big deal made of it, because of the fact that
like you said,
the game.
It was the one that changed the game for America. So with it changing the game again, it's gonna. What other Final Fantasies are they gonna bring? And if they bring it, are they gonna do better than Final Fantasy VII Remake, or are they gonna stick with that? And I know you're looking forward to hopefully seeing 6 being remade.
I definitely would love 6 to be remade with current graphics, but that's probably just a dream. But I'm never going to stop dreaming that.
Hey, Final Fantasy VII Remake was a dream, and
I actually have a picture that somebody created of a remake of Final Fantasy VII for the PS3. It's an awesome picture. The guy took the character from Advent Children, edited it a little bit, put it on a PS3 game. It looked awesome. It looked like there was actually a remake going on back then.
What you thought about the Advent Children?
I liked it. I did. I liked it. The villains in that was also little girls crying.
They were all
little baby Sephiroths.
Yeah, they were all partially Sephiroth. Did you see Advent Children?
No, I haven't seen it.
You really hate Final Fantasy, don't you?
Listen, I never played a Final Fantasy game, but that one, the 15. But after that, it was like, no.
I think that was the issue. You waited till the end to play one. And
You didn't play one that was one of the really good ones. You
Oh.
played one that was really pretty.
yeah, that's what you pretty much did.
15 is really pretty. The story is okay. The fighting system is decent, but it's just really pretty.
I just played just to try it.
It's
then
like talking to a
returned it.
pretty girl who can't hold a conversation. After a while, you lose interest. Now let's talk about the difference between SquareEnix and Squaresoft.
Okay.
Now, for those that don't know, Squaresoft was the original company. Then they merged with Enix, and they turned the name to Square Enix. Now, I remember growing up with Squaresoft. As soon as I would go into a game store, I would ask, what's new? We didn't have the internet and all this other stuff to look at what games were coming out. I would just walk in, what's new? They'd show me. If I saw something made by Squaresoft, I bought it. No questions asked. I didn't even look at the games after a while. Just let me get it. That's actually how I was introduced to a game called Chrono Trigger. Awesome game.
Yes, it is. I believe they're remaking.
Yeah.
I believe they remade them for Steam, and they're redoing them for the
I hear they're
Nintendo
coming
Switch.
to the Switch. Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that. I'm actually. You ever played Parasite Eve?
Nah, I haven't played that either.
Oh,
Do you play RPGs at all?
No.
So what type of games do you enjoy?
Mostly first-person shooters and open-world games, basically. I played that.
Okay.
Have you played the Hitman series?
Nah, I haven't played that.
No.
I didn't like the way. Nah, that's not my style. I don't like it.
Okay.
Tomb Raider?
Tomb Raider.
The new ones, not the original.
Nah, I played the original for the PlayStation, the first PlayStation,
okay.
Yeah.
which was alright, but after that, nah.
No?
Didn't like it.
You
No.
got to try out the 3 new ones that.
Yeah.
Nah, I've
came
seen
out.
them, but I haven't. Nah.
Try them.
They're really good.
They're
really
amazing.
good.
I finished them, and I continue going back.
I can definitely
playing
say
them.
those were remakes that were well done.
And
They even made a movie off of one of them, off of the first one, because
Yeah.
it was so good, and the movie was good too.
Yeah, I've seen the movie,
It's
but
not-
I
and
won't-
So
not just
watching
a
the
remake.
movie, if you play the game, you'll see everything in the movie in the game, pretty much. Like
yeah.
they're so comparable.
Yeah, but it's not my taste though. Like, it's not what I'm into.
I got you.
I don't really like single player games like that. I'd rather have like a team based multiplayer
Okay.
kind of stuff.
So you're
So
more of a Call of Duty and
I like communicating with teamwork
Okay,
basically.
more
Yeah,
of a
Yeah.
Call of Duty Battlefield kind of guy.
kinda. Yeah,
Overwatch.
yeah.
Okay.
Got you.
Not bad. Mine's one of my favorites was the Parasite Eve. That's what I liked. I liked a lot of the Parasite Eve.
Parasite Eve was definitely a good series. I wish they would have continued it. Squaresoft / Square Enix has a lot of old RPGs that were awesome that they could have continued the series on, like the Mana series, the Saga series. Remember Saga?
Yes.
Awesome series.
Isn't
The
Mana-
Saga series was awesome to me because you were able. They would start you off with like 8 characters,
Yeah.
like that you could choose from, and when you pick one, when you play through the story, you'd bump into the other 7 somewhere in the world.
Wow.
So the story changes depending on who you start off with, because they live in different towns, different kingdoms. They could be a king, they could be a thief, they could be a criminal. Everybody was different, and you would pick one, and then through the story, you would end up meeting them, and you can have them join you or not, whatever you wanted. I felt like it had a really good story, and it had a lot of potential.
And I believe it had not only 8 different characters, but as well, you also had the 8 different stories.
Yeah, definitely 8
So
different stories.
you never, if you chose a different character, you never played the same story.
It's a different game
Twice.
almost.
Yeah, it's an entire different game. So
Yeah.
that was one that went from, like he said, you could start off as a king. You have everything. You could pretty much go into a place, buy what you want, and then to being a peasant where you have nothing and you gotta fight your way, earn the gear, or as the thief, you gotta steal what you can.
Yeah.
Bottom line is that game had a lot of potential, and they could have continued the series. I feel like they should have. I know that's not your style, but coming from somebody who grew up on RPGs,
Now,
when I first started playing video games, Zelda was probably one of my first games,
You
other
play-
than Mario.
you play Zelda?
I haven't played Zelda neither.
Never?
Nope, never played Zelda.
Not one.
Not
It's
one.
like 3,000 Zeldas. You
Never
played
played.
one.
Nah, never
How
played
did you
one.
not come across one of those?
Have you ever had a Nintendo?
I had Nintendo 64. The first game I had was
And
no, the first game I had was
Time
I had a
was awesome,
Sega
by the way.
first. I had a Sega. Then I had Nintendo 64. I played Mario, and then I played the old 007 James Bond.
Okay,
Played
okay.
that, basically.
So you did all that, and
Yeah.
I
we're
don't know
like,
how you said Zelda.
it's like 20,
Nah.
30 years of Zelda,
Nah.
and you somehow managed to not cross that. You crossed the Final Fantasy road.
Hey, at least you bumped into
At least,
it.
yeah, you bumped
I
into
just
it.
tried it because
Fantasy.
it's something out of my comfort zone. So tried it.
Zelda somewhere along the lines out your comfort zone too.
Yeah.
So you got to try that one.
Nah.
You definitely got to try that.
You like first-person shooters? You ever play Fallout? It's an RPG, but you can play it in first person.
Yes, I tried it, but I don't like the whole. Nah, I don't like it.
He's not
It's
a
not mine.
survivor. He'd rather just go out there and, hey, I need somebody here. Hey, we take it there. I get you.
Nah, I only play single player games if I'm like just me and I'm bored and just chilling, and that's what I play for. But if
Don't
I'm
get me wrong, I play a lot of online games. I've been playing Destiny a lot. Unfortunately, I still play it. It's not
just
really
draws us
unfortunate.
back.
I
It's
mean,
still
I
fun.
only
us
play it
back.
if I had no internet, I would play that. But if I have Wi-Fi, I'm like, yo, I'd rather play a team-based game, communicate with other people, and just I mean, I like the communication back and forth.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Because back then they had none of that. It was just you, and then split screen. You had to invite a friend or whatever like that.
Half the time as you fighting in that
Yeah,
screen
That might be
watching.
why I'm okay with single player games, because I've been playing video games by myself for a long time. I started on Nintendo.
Yeah.
I started on Nintendo.
I had a Nintendo, I had a Super Nintendo, I had a Sega Genesis, I had a Sega CD.
You had the 32X attachment?
Nah, I didn't get that because I ended up with a Dreamcast,
Okay.
PlayStation,
I think out of
Nintendo
everything,
64.
Out of all the systems, I didn't have two. It was a Dreamcast.
You missed out.
And a Wii U. No, but my
I had
cousin.
the Wii. I didn't have the Wii U because I felt like it was the exact same thing as the Wii.
My cousin had.
And
the
I gave
Dreamcast.
my Wii away.
Wow.
That's how much fun I had with it. It was sitting on my table collecting. My Switch is on my table collecting dust right now.
I mean, when the Wii came out, it was fun. At
It
first.
was. I had a lot of
It was
fun.
fun.
I enjoyed it.
At the beginning.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I was playing the bowling game. I worked in a game store at the time. I used to bring
Yeah.
it into the store and play bowling with the people, with the customers and stuff. Yeah, definitely enjoyed it. But
Heading back.
back on topic.
Yeah. Back to the topic.
Going on top.
Your feel on Final Fantasy VII. What you give it? Thumbs up, thumbs down. How you feel about it?
I'm gonna give it a thumbs up, and I'm hoping for the best.
You only giving it a thumbs up because you hoping for Final Fantasy VI. I got you. What you?
All right,
I know you don't play the RPGs.
I'll try it. I'll try
might
it
not
out.
be
You'll try
a thing.
Yeah, it may not be
But
a
you should
thing.
definitely
but
check out the trailers for it.
check
at
out the
least.
trailers. At least see how it is. Like you said, when when you by yourself, when you don't feel like getting online, communicating with people, it may be something you may look forward to. But hey, you know what? I'll play it. I'll give it a try. I'll give it a
if
shot.
They also have online Final Fantasies. I don't know if you.
Yeah,
played those.
I've seen it. But
I'm
yeah.
on 14.
All right.
I play Final Fantasy 14. I'm on the Diablo server. Name's Vinny Bronco, as always.
All right, I'll try it out and see how I like it and stuff.
All right.
It looks like it's gonna be good.
Well, you already know my answer. I'm giving it a thumbs up. I'm hoping that it does open gateway to other Final Fantasy other Final Fantasy games.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VII originally broke the gateway for the RPGs, and hopefully it does it again with other remakes.
I feel like they're not gonna remake anything before 7, the way 7 is remade, but they might remake some of the later games like 8, 9. I'm gonna be okay with that. Still looking for that 6 out there. So Square Enix, if you're listening, Final Fantasy 6, I need it.
I never got to play it, so I would love to.
You should definitely
with the
play it.
remake, play it.
You should play it tonight. I want to download it, buy it, whatever you got to do. That game, the story on that game
I'll
is
get to
awesome.
it. I'll get to it. But no, like if they end up
I might have ruined it for you by telling you that Kefka is the actual bad guy, because in the beginning of the game, you think the Emperor is the bad guy, you think he's ruling stuff. He's really not.
But no, it's always, it's not knowing who the bad guy is. It's how it goes about.
You want to hear a funny thing that happened with Kefka? He is such a gangster. He was walking in the desert, and he made the soldiers with him dust the sand off of his boot.
Wow.
Walking in the desert. So obviously there's going to be sand on his boot.
Yeah.
And he stops, and like, there's sand on my boot. And they like, sorry, sir. And they clean his boots. You know how afraid of somebody you got to be to clean sand off their boots while they're walking in the sand?
I'm drinking all the water, and he's going to die of thirst. I don't care how.
Kefka was a super bad guy. And all he ever did was laugh.
I mean, that's mostly what a lot of the bad guys do anywhere.
His laugh was crazy.
Yeah. Well, their laughs are usually, I think that one of the epic laughs will have to be coming from Dr. Eggman, Sonic.
You gotta hear the Kefka laugh. It's crazy.
Okay, I'll check it out.
It's on Joker level, and we obviously know you like the Joker.
Oh, definitely.
But what about the Avengers game? What do you think? What are your thoughts? Thumbs up, thumbs down? Looking forward to it? Are you gonna play it?
I'm looking forward to it. I'm still a little skeptical, but
I mean, you could play with Black Widow. She's in there.
Black Widow,
I know she's in there, but
she don't look kind of good as Scarlett Johansson, but she's in there,
Definitely.
I give it a try.
I'm looking forward to it. I give it a thumbs up. What about you, Reep? There's no Hawkeye yet.
I'm looking forward to it. I could go with my backup. There's always a backup.
Who's your backup?
Hulk.
Yeah, you look like a Hulk.
But nah, I give it a thumbs up. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm actually excited about the game.
That's good.
All
right, so that's our time. So we're gonna call it FYC. The show is out. I'm Vinny Bronco.
Repercussion.
Rogue Squad. Rogue Squad.
Rogue
Okay.
Squad.
No, yeah, listen.
Rogue Squad. Rogue Squad.
It's Rogue Squad.
Rogue
Okay.
Type in Rouge and his name pop up.
Nah.
All right, guys, we out. Have a good one.
Peace.